Hi. Um, my name is Lily, and I thought I would hop on here and share a sweet interaction I had with my inner teenager and sacred rebellion against authority. Um, so I've been unpacking this program of authority for quite a few years, deconstructing all the ways in which I have been trained to cede power and all the different reasons why I have done that. And this giving our power away starts very young, from the day we're born. And so I've been kind of deconstructing that for a while. And I just wanted to talk about the importance of our teenager parts. So one of the main modalities I use is somatic parts work and somatic experiencing. And today I was sitting in my car and this upwelling energy rose in my gut, my heart, but really, really tight in my gut. And I connected with this inner teenage part of me who, it was kind of like at this culmination point in my life where for years and years and years in childhood, I had been gaslit and manipulated and all kinds of like narcissistic abuse and that kind of thing. And then I hit teenage years, and developmentally speaking is when kind of I started using critical thinking and at the time in my life I was very confused and I was very angry. A lot of rage, a lot of anger. And the image of myself was at that time in my life, this image when I was connecting to my gut. And it was kind of like the peak of the culmination of all that pain. And like this rebellion of this authority. And like she knew that all these adults in her life were fucking crazy. And the theme of what came up was this very powerful, like she was holding on to this, like they're not going to disappear me. They're trying to disappear me, but they're not going to disappear me. And I'm going to hold on to my sovereignty. And like that fragmented part of the energetic self is just like holding on to this, like, I am not going to let them fucking disappear me. And she was just like raging, like very angry, very hurt, very confused, very conflicted of all these years of these adults in my life who were so hypocritical and demanded respect but wouldn't give it, were very dismissive and invalidating, very, they would wear masks, they would pretend that they knew, they would demand, this kind of submission, all kinds of manipulative tactics. And she knew that it was bullshit. And she knew that a lot of these adults didn't really have my well-being at heart. They were so self-involved, They had their own conflicts, their own inner conflicts, this fear and this powerlessness and this wanting to be good enough, you know, this feeling of unworthiness and having no control. And it's, you know, really projected onto kids so much. And like she knew that, but she didn't have the words for it. Like I didn't have the words for it. And when you're raised with like a narcissistic parent, the safest thing to do is just repress your truth, because you have to maintain attachment. And if you don't suppress your truth, there's consequences, no matter where you go, in school, in friendships, and, you know, all kinds of areas in life. But anyway, like these teenage parts are so important because it's like they've had enough life experience to begin to get to feel like this sacred anger and rage about the whole social dynamic and the whole social programming. And they really hold on to the truth that it's not that I'm defective. It's not that I'm not good enough. It's not that I can't trust myself. It's that I was taught to. I was taught to not trust myself. I was told that I wasn't good enough. I was showed through behavior, repetitive and persistent behavior from the adults around me in every system, that what you have to say is not valuable. What you feel is not valuable. It's not important. That you're not a sovereign being. You're just a kid. And because you're just a kid and you don't have power, I can treat you however I want. I can demand things from you. And this repetitive behavior from adults in every system, the medical system, the school system, the government, in every system, this repetitive display of disrespect and dismissal, invalidation. It creates such deep wounding. And it teaches us not to trust ourselves. And it also teaches us to give our power over to others, to experts, to people in positions of power. It's this consistency, this repetitive behavior of treating kids a certain way that teaches them not to trust themselves. And this is, so ingrained, and you cannot escape it. And you take it into adulthood, and you can see it in every system. And there's so much conflict of information, and people in positions of power who are telling us what is best for us, making decisions about our well-being, and basically communicating that they're the expert of whatever it is. They have the answers, you don't. They know what decisions to make, you don't. And it's just perpetuated in all systems. And I don't know if this is like my neurodivergent pattern recognition, but like when I observe the systems and dynamics in the social construct here, the same theme keeps popping up. Power dynamics in every system. The medical field, the education system, the government, the mental health field. There is power dynamics in all. Interpersonal relationships, parent-child relationships. It doesn't matter what system or what relationship you look at, there's a theme of power dynamics everywhere. And there's always somebody who knows and somebody who doesn't. And somebody who has the answers and somebody who doesn't. And my inner teenager knew that this was bullshit. She knew that everybody's just pretending. She knew that everybody doesn't know what the fuck is going on. They don't even know what this is, this life thing. They're pretending, wearing masks, lying to themselves and other people. They're chasing things that they think are going to give them something. Peace, happiness, power, to feel good enough. But it's such a self-serving energy, motivating energy, and it never actually gives you what you think it's going to give you. And my inner teenager fucking knew this shit. She knew. So anyway, she was in my mind's eye, and we were at this house that I used to live in, that I grew up in, and she kind of got all collie on me, and she had these swords, and she took out swords from behind her back, and she pulled them out, and she just chopped that fucking house down, and she just pushed all these people who told her that you can't trust yourself, that you can't trust the everything. You know, the everything? Some people call it God or source or you know, that intelligent energy that streams into the vessel and it kind of activates this intuition when you know what's best for you. It's this inner quiet, this very soft but firm knowing. It's like you just know. It's unshakable. That. Like, she basically held on to that for me, for this human body system and me, until the time was right when we could reconcile that pain. And yeah, I just like hugged her. And I just told her, like, you were right. You knew the truth. You knew that these people are crazy. You knew that it was wrong, that they were dehumanizing you. You knew that they were wrong for treating you that way, for teaching you to not trust yourself. And yeah, she was just carrying a lot of pain. And, you know, like one of the things that bubbled up from this gut was just this sadness that I never had the experience of trusting an adult who really had my well-being at heart. Like my entire childhood. That just was not a thing. And even if there was an adult that I could somewhat trust, they were still masking and pretending. They were still lost in their own pain and fear. And I'm not saying that that's like bad or wrong. It's just something that happens when human beings get lost But I didn't get to have that experience of safety and trust. And so how would I have learned to trust myself, you know? So yeah, this deconstructing process has taken many years and has played out in many ways. Looking for someone else to give me the answers. And they don't have the answers for me. We have to find the answers for ourselves. Whatever the question is, it doesn't really matter. But other people don't know what's best for us. And they're pretending that they do. And it really leads to a lot of harm and self-gaslighting, and it's really beneficial to the system that individual human beings don't trust themselves and look outside to, give them the power to make decisions that affect our well-being. Governments, big pharma, mental health, medical, education systems. So it does benefit some people, and it keeps this cycle, this power dynamic cycle going of giving someone else the power to choose from me, and to tell me, give me the answers, tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do. Tell me how to think. Tell me how to perceive. Tell me how to eat. Tell me how to work out. Tell me what degree I should go to school for. Tell me how to be a productive member of society. Tell me how to be a good person. Tell me how to be a loving person. Tell me dot. You tell me how to be someone so that I can feel safe and loved and get my needs met. And when we live in a society where we're, in my opinion, we're expected to perform in a certain way that is like not in alignment, right? Like the 40-hour work week, the hustle culture and all that shit. There's this pressure to perform, and people are exhausted and don't want to make decisions. And it kind of feeds into that. So keep them really exhausted, keep them really distracted. Let's keep indoctrinating that there are experts that make the best decisions, and that we, as individual human sovereign beings, need to look to others to figure out what is best for us. And that perpetuates this system. That's part of it. But yeah, if you look around this dysfunctional system, everywhere you look, there's some kind of power dynamics. In every system and in most relationships, there's some kind of power dynamics. And it plays out in really funny ways, and it's taken me fucking years to unpack it all. It just is so deeply rooted. And anyway, I thought I would share the whole teenager thing, because I think that inner rebellious energy is so important. That pushes back, that knows the truth and is keeping it safe for us until we're ready. And that's going to unlayer so uniquely for everyone. And of course, that's on the human personality level. Of course, we're multidimensional, so there's other aspects of ourselves that these power dynamics cannot touch. But on the human level, the level of the psyche and the energetic personality level, this power dynamic deconstruction is really important. Just all the ways in which I'm giving my power away, which I'm looking for the answers through someone else, through their life experience, through their education, through some position they have. It doesn't mean they know what's best for you. And also, I ended up doing the same thing. You know, my inner teenager was like, these people are fucking crazy. They're psychotic. They're abusive, these people. And I ended up being the same way. So we're not separate from our environment. And even though I tried to be a good person and tried to be the opposite of that, you cannot help but be infected by it. Like, you're just going to be infected by it. And I have to come to terms with that. And so I ended up displaying all the behaviors of these people that treated me this way. I dismiss people, I invalidate people, I gaslit people. I would question people. If they tell me a story or an experience of their life, are you sure it happened that way? Are you sure you feel that way? I ended up treating people the same way. And so it's not just like, it doesn't just affect me as an individual. It affects everybody that I come in contact with. So the more we deconstruct and the more we see the truth about this power dynamic in the social matrix that we're all infected with, then we can move toward freedom, and then we won't be impacting other people in the same way. You know? Just some thoughts. So love on that inner teenager, because they got lots of wisdom and lots of fight. And yeah, I just love her. I just fucking love her. She knew it was up. She knew it was up. So yeah, I hugged the shit out of her, and she demolished that house, and she she's rad. Yeah. And also just like reminding her that, like, I'm gonna fight to the death for you. I'm not gonna let anyone treat you like that again. They won't have access to us anymore. People don't get to gaslight me anymore. They don't get to manipulate me. They don't get to tell me that the way I'm experiencing reality is wrong, or that I'm crazy, or that, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what's best for me. Yeah, people don't get access to me if they're going to treat me like that. It's abusive. It's weird. It's weird behavior. It's really fucking weird to constantly behave in a way that's like causing others to question their reality and their experience and the validity of their internal world. It's fucking weird. Just And human beings have deep potential to love and to find acceptance in other people that are different than us. It's a thing. It's possible. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that, and hopefully that helps someone, or maybe your inner teenager parts can hear this message and start to come out a little bit more, you know. Okay, bye-bye.